one of the most exciting videos I've ever got to make just because I've always wanted a tattoo and here we are. Before we even get into the makeup look, let me just show you what it looks like right off the bat. I love it. This is only session 1. I am in the process of doing a full sleeve. So let me show you what it looks like so far. I love it. I'm so excited. If you don't like tattoos, I'm sorry, but I love them. I've always wanted a sleeve. I've actually want 2. For a very long time, I had my hips done. I'm actually gonna get those covered up and redone, but I've wanted a sleeve for so long, so I'm super excited to start this journey. I figure while I do this look, let's talk about the tattoo. Let's talk about pain, how long it took, what are my thoughts on it, what are the future plans, etc., etc. So let's hop into it. Now, I do have some ratchet mascara that's like, it's probably gonna gross a couple of you out. I definitely put this mascara on yesterday and then I woke up and went to work and it is what it is. So we're gonna work around this mascara. So I will be going in with my YC collection eye primer. So let's talk about what this tattoo means to me, because I feel like that's going to be a question that gets asked a lot if I don't answer it right up front. And I'm just going to tell you right away, I have no sentimental value with this tattoo. I purposely did not want to pick something that was sentimental because, to be honest, a lot of times you change throughout the years, and what might be sentimental to me now or have a specific meaning to me right now may not be the same in 10 years. So I didn't want to go that route. Now I understand when people get like a loved one passes away and they get something, you know, related to that person. I don't know, anything else I just wasn't here for, so I didn't go that route. So how did I pick this tattoo? I really like the Japanese style tattoos. It's just a personal preference. There's not much else other than that, to be honest. Obviously, true traditional Japanese dragons are much more aggressive than the one I got. I purposely asked for something a little bit more feminine. If I was a dude, I probably would get a traditional one. I think they look awesome. Just, I didn't want it on me. I wanted something a little bit softer. And we will be using the Lorac Pro palette today. I'm gonna start with the shade Mauve. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna go in with Lieutenant Pink and we're gonna put this all over the lid. So yeah, so that's why the dragon is the way that it is. I also purposely wanted black work, so that's why the petals on this are black. We do have a little bit more work to go on the top, which I'll get into in a little bit, but I really wanted black work. Every time I kept looking at Japanese tattoos that were super dark, I really, really liked them. At first, I wasn't gonna go with the super dark. I was kind of a little bit nervous, but every time I saw it, I just loved it. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get it, because if I like it every single time I see it, that means something. All right, now I'm gonna go in with Mauve. That is how I ended up with a Japanese dragon in a black work sort of style. I did not want like the black swirls underneath. Lots of people get it and that's cool. I'm happy for them. I think it looks cool. I don't know. I just didn't want it on me. That is how we got where we are. Now, I do have a lot of work to do in terms of the sleeve. Like this is obviously, it's just the top half. This whole inside part is still not done. So we have a long way to go. The plan right now, and there's a little bit of stencil left. I don't know if you guys can see. Also, my watch has been like rubbing my skin off here. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the next session's in 2 weeks and we're going to continue the body. So the body's gonna come back this way and then there's gonna be a big flower here. So it should end like right at my wrist. I purposely told her I do not want it to be cut off. So if it's like a flower, wherever leaves are or petals, whatever, that's a perfect ending for me. I don't like it when it just kind of cuts. This is all my preference. If you have tattoos that do things that I say I didn't want, it's nothing against you or your tattoos. It's just not what I was looking for. So that's gonna be our next session, is doing all of this portion of my arm. We're also gonna go back up to the top, and places like this flower, that's gonna be all highlighted in white. We're gonna add a lot of white highlights just to make it like pop a little bit more and stand out. Depending on how I'm feeling, we're gonna add like a couple, probably flowers over here. Anywhere there's like weird empty space, we might add flowers, things like that. Next, I am going into Espresso. I got this on Glambot, so it was lightly used, but I really like it. So the last tattoo that I had was when I was 17, which is over 10 years ago, and it was on my hips. It was not done professionally. Considering all of that, they're not the worst thing ever. They're just 2 little birds, and I drew them, and the other person just tattooed them, but they did not heal very well. The lines are not good. There's blowouts. They're not good. One of the plans I have is to take flowers like this and cover them up. Given all that, I couldn't really remember what the pain was like because it had been so long, and I was like, I don't really know if that is how it is anymore. So I felt like I was kind of going in blind. Like I was a little bit nervous because I was like, I don't know how bad this is gonna hurt. Oh, we get a little wild there. We're gonna have to clean this side up. Some wonky shit just happened over here. So we actually did the elbow first. It's not like the very tip of my elbow, but it definitely is on my elbow. It was not my most enjoyable moment of living, but it could have been worse. The great thing is, going into it, I was like, okay, well, it's never gonna get worse than it is right now. So if I can push through that, then I can get through the rest. And really, I am very happy that we did that because it was out of the way, it was done and over with, and I could look forward to the rest of the tattoo. On the internet, if you look at a lot of videos, they always say, you know, the elbow's a 10 out of 10, shit hurts. I think the 10 out of 10 is relative because I will say, I don't know about other people if they like literally cry during their elbow, but I didn't cry. So if I didn't cry, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it wasn't enjoyable, that's for sure. It definitely hurt. Could I do it again? Yup, I could. I feel like it wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be, and obviously pain is relative, so something that may be really bad for one person might not be bad for another person, and maybe on one of those cases, I don't know. I guess I seem to take the pain pretty well in general because she had mentioned to me, she's like, she asked a couple times, she's like, how are you doing? I'm like, okay, you know, wait about an hour, how are you doing? Okay. And eventually she was like, you don't have other large tattoos, do you? And I was like, no, I don't. I just have the little ones that I showed you. And she's like, oh, you're taking this really well because the experience of a big tattoo is a lot different than the little tattoos. So I was like, oh, that's a nice little compliment. I felt good after that. It was kind of like a boost to my ego. Like, yes, I'm not a little wimp. I was really hoping that I wouldn't be like a pain in the ass of tattoo or something. I am gonna go in with slate on the lid. This is a very pretty color. Besides the elbow, where there are easy spots, other painful spots, I will say this area was like a breeze. Actually, up through the head wasn't too bad. It was a little tender, like once we got onto the actual shoulder where the bone is. And this little tip of this leaf was slightly unpleasant, but literally compared to the elbow, I really wasn't bothered. Towards the end, my skin, I don't know if it just had enough and it was sick of it, but it finally just got sore. So no matter where she tattooed, it was just very, very sore. And that was about the time that we quit, which I will get into next is time frame. It was like, she told me we had 1 hour to go, and for whatever reason, my brain, it just clicked and like the pain just kept hitting me. So I'm like, next time, please don't say anything to me. Just keep tattooing away. Don't say shit. I think I had a mental block there and it was not good. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of nude and I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. Let's move on to time frame since we're kind of talking about it. How long did all of this take? So this was about 5 hours long. I don't know if that's a lot or not. By the end of that 5th hour, I was done. I think so was she. So we were on the same page. Actually, it was really funny because she's like, I think you're taking this better than me because her back was starting to actually get sore. So I'm not sure how long the next session's gonna take, but I'm gonna assume around the same since we have to do the whole forearm. And then we're also gonna go back up to the top to do some touch-ups. So that's just what I'm estimating anyway. Before I do like underneath here, I'm going to do my face makeup so that way we can kind of clean this up and then we will add some under eye makeup. I'm super excited this tattoo and I can't wait to get the second half done. So I guess if you guys are interested, I can give you guys updates. I'll definitely update you on, you know, what it looks like and stuff like that, just so you guys can see. You know, I tend to use my hands, so you're gonna see this part anyway. But if you're interested in like more of this, you know, how long did it take? Does it hurt? You know, what was the worst part of it, etc., then I will update you guys on the next session as well. So just let me know if you're interested and I will. Going in with my concealer. All right, so let's talk about healing process next, which I'm obviously still in the midst of, so I can't speak to all of it, but I will speak to some of it. So I just got this done Tuesday. It's Thursday right now, so I'm only day 2 into healing, but I feel like I have thoughts already. That's for sure. I think the healing process so far has been extremely annoying. I think that's partially because it's a large tattoo, because I feel like I didn't really care that much on my little one. On this big one, it's really annoying because literally like my whole arm is completely stiff. Like my elbow is definitely still a little bit swollen. It's very, like if I want to even do that, like extending my arm, the back of my elbow, it's just not having it. I don't know what to say. I have not gotten to the itchy stage yet. I know it's pretty awful, and to be honest, I have zero self-control. Keeping this tattoo good is my main priority, so I think I'll be able to do it. It's just gonna suck a lot. That's my conclusion. Going in just with a little bit of powder and setting under here. You can see ink is leaking still, so that's a thing. I have a clean towel that I've been covering my sheets with and putting my arm on that. The towel is black, so if I get ink on it, it's not a big deal. She did tell me that because we got in the ditch a little bit, which is where the crease is. Basically, she told me not to go to bed with ointment on that and to try and keep my arm extended, because if you have ointment, it's wet, it's moist, it's warm when you close your arm like this. And she said that it can actually get infected pretty easily in that area. So I have been doing the utmost to try to make sure I do not sleep, because I'm normally like, I like to cuddle like this and sleep on my left side. So now I have to sleep with my arm out and not on my left side. It's been difficult. All right, and I'm going back into espresso with a little brush here. I'm liking that. And I'm gonna go back in with the black as well. This eyeball just hates me. I'm gonna do eyeliner real quick and eyebrows off camera. So I am going to go in. I'm actually really loving this look right now with my little black eyeliner that I love so much and talk about in every video. I'm just gonna do the corners. I am going to use my Tarte Risque blush and this Jouer Celestial highlighter, which I really like this thing. I really like Jouer. I buy a lot of their stuff on Glambot because it's way cheaper and it's actually really good. So I'll buy it for half price. I'm good with it. This is a private studio near me. So that was something that was really nice because I loved the fact that I was in the room by myself. It was just me and her. We literally put on Netflix crime documentaries, and it was just as relaxing can be, being stabbed by needles millions of times for 5 hours. As far as that goes, it was pretty enjoyable, I guess. I purposely went to her too because she was a female, and I'm sorry if that sounds a little bit sexist, but in some situations, I just feel like having a female, I can relax a little bit more, you know, they're up in your grill. I personally just felt more comfortable with a female. And so that is one of the criteria that I was looking for when I was looking at a tattoo artist. But also I spent a lot of time looking at people's Instagrams and seeing the kind of art style, because I wanted to find somebody that has at least a little bit of experience in what I'm asking for. And, you know, does their art style jive with what I'm looking for? Does everything make sense? When I found her on Instagram, I actually canceled my appointment with somebody else because I liked her style better. The original person that I was going to go with, nothing wrong with the person or their art. They did beautiful art as well, but they did a lot more like realism. And one of the things that I particularly wanted was like high contrast. I wanted dark, dark, dark blacks and the lights. And this person, it seemed like a lot of their stuff was a very similar tone. When I saw my artist's work, it was exactly what I was looking for. It had bold black outlines. She was not afraid to use black. She used white for a highlight, and I loved that. I thought her style matched exactly what I was looking for. So I ended up canceling with that other person and waiting for her. So this took me a long time to get done. So I have this Wet n Wild lip liner. This is in Plumberry, and I'm gonna be using the Full Fantasy lipstick in Lanny. And this is the part of life that's very difficult for me. I'm just gonna darken up the corners a little bit because I really liked that when I did it last time. I just thought it added, like, I don't know, a little something. Still using my Milani Make It Last Dewy Spray. Ooh, don't want that in my soda. So yeah, let me know, do you guys like my tattoo? Because I like it. If you don't like tattoos, I get it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Voice crack, wow. But if you did like it, you know, let me know, because I was super excited about this. I saved up for this damn thing. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like this type of content, consider subscribing to my channel. Other than that, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.